Hi, this is Robin Thomas of Living Well Connections, and I'm here interviewing Melissa Hall. Melissa, we're so happy to have you here, and I'm excited to learn about what you do.
Thank you for having me, Robin. I'm very excited to be here.
It's pretty exciting because, well, just let me tell you a little bit about Melissa first, and then we'll let her tell you her own story. Melissa embarked on her journey of the human spirit nearly 20 years ago. Originally educated as an aerospace engineer, Melissa was quite knowledgeable about unseen forces in our world. However, the engineering discipline indoctrinated her into working with more tangible aspects of physics. A traumatic brain injury in 2004 and subsequent health challenges as a result of childhood trauma, not drama, sorry,
So,
it could be drama and trauma, opened her eyes more deeply to physics and the world of bioenergetics. She was so amazed by it that she ended her pre-med studies to pursue it. Now that's a fascinating story, Melissa. And it sounds like you're just so passionate about holistic health and putting the pieces together. The scientist in you and then coming into the bioengineer energetics.
yes.
Um, yes, I'd like to know when and how you got interested in vibrational medicine.
Oh, let's see. I think it was in 2004. That was when I had the traumatic brain injury. And a girl who was on my cycling team was a craniosacral therapist. And she rode in the ambulance with me and was able to stabilize me by the time we got to the trauma center. And that is a very powerful experience.
Life changing.
Life changing. Not to
Absolutely.
mention seeing the EMTs like huddled in the back corner, wondering what this person just did, but being able to feel myself stabilize and not like coming back into consciousness. I had been passing out and coming in and out of consciousness and was in so much pain
Mhm.
and really feeling myself stabilize out so quickly. And then she pretty much insisted on treating me every day for a week and then came many times to my house to treat me after that. And I really don't think I would have recovered as well as I had if it wasn't for her. So that kind of opened the door for me. It was a couple of more years till I really embraced it. But I started reading books on the sly, like Donna Eden's Energy Medicine and Body Electric, and sort of
It got your curiosity up of, oh, this worked. Why did this work?
right. Yeah. And I think oftentimes, if we don't really understand it or haven't been exposed to it in any way, we do have to have those profound experiences, or someone close to us needs to have had those experiences for us to really kind of peek behind the door. But
Mhm.
more and more people are not only looking behind the door, but walking through it, which is great.
That's great. That's wonderful. Yeah. Well, that is a wonderful story. I just, and I'm sure, and I know that you're helping other people so much with this, with some of these techniques and practices. How do you work with your clients? Tell me how, if I was going to be your client, tell me how you'd go about it and how you'd help us.
Yeah. Like many practitioners, the initial session would be longer to give us time to talk and get to know one another. I have an extensive intake form and I ask those to be submitted several days before the session, and I spend a lot of time reading over it. But then, of course, once I have the person in front of me, then I kind of get the whole story. Um, and I really do want to know just not what symptoms are. What I've come to understand is symptoms are just ways that the body tries to let us know that we're out of balance. And diagnoses are ways to match those symptoms to medications, but
Oh
they
yeah.
very rarely tell us anything about the root cause.
I know that very well. Yes.
So a lot of times, and I know myself personally too, I've been very relieved to get a diagnosis and put a name to something, but really, there's so much more to the journey than that. So I want to know a lot about who is this person, what is their life like, what has their childhood been like, and not to sound like Freud or anything, but a lot of times things that, for those of us who have had things that happen in our childhood, it's incredibly pertinent to our present day health challenges. And so we talk about that. And then not only just to treat people in the room with the tuning forks, which you see behind me,
Mm-hmm.
to help allow people to experience the resonances that are fundamental to life and balance and help bring their body back into balance. But also to help them kind of understand about drawing boundaries. A lot of times we need to learn how to draw healthy boundaries, even if it's not people necessarily relationships that we maybe need to alter, but our own sense of how we offer ourselves to the world and how much of ourselves we offer and when we choose to do so.
Absolutely.
And one of the really big things for me is just getting people back in touch with nature. I truly believe that one of the reasons we're so off course is this technology boom that we're in has made us feel that what we have and that is more important than nature. But to me, there actually is nothing more important. And the fact that we see so many chronic illnesses just illustrates that that separation is having such a profound detrimental effect on us.
I see that in myself. I know when I haven't been able to be out in nature for a period of time. And I mean, thank goodness where I live, there's woods around me. So
Yes.
I am able to go out and honestly, I also go out barefoot a lot because
Yay!
really, I like putting my feet on the dirt, in the dirt. And if it's not snowing outside or sleeting outside, really it makes a big difference. It's a very interesting phenomenon. Yes.
It does.
We are connected to the world in a real
Absolutely.
way, into the
Yeah,
natural
we've
world.
forgotten that we are animals. We kind of
Yeah.
have elevated our status, but if you look at how that elevation is working for us, it's not working very well.
Not very well. Not very well. Well,
Yeah.
this is great. So what is your favorite part about your business? Tell me a little bit more
Oh
about it.
man, there's so many parts. Can I pick more than one?
Yes, absolutely.
The thing that I love about the tuning forks is that it really helps people experience themselves as energetic beings.
Hmm.
When I place the tuning forks on the body and maybe I'm putting them on an acupuncture point on the foot, they can feel the vibrations traveling in other parts of their body. And a lot of times with their first session and they never had any energy work, their eyes will fly open and you'll just see them. They start to realize, I'm not just this solid object. There is actually energy in there. And they'll be so fascinated by their ability to feel it. Not only that, but as you start to work into deeper areas that need to become rebalanced, a lot of the times their brain will kind of put them in theta or put them into sleep.
Ah,
So they'll come sort of in and out of different
yeah.
states of consciousness. And that's really, kind of mind blowing for them. So I just love like the beginner's mind and seeing them experience that.
Well, I'm definitely a neophyte in this. I've always loved music too. I do love the feeling of, I love sitting near the organ when, you feel the vibrations, you feel that. It's
Yes.
wonderful. I mean, obviously, I guess they do. You have different tuning forks, but the different frequencies, how significant is that? With the
It's
different,
pretty significant. Yeah, you can kind of see behind me lots of different colors and lengths, and obviously that denotes different frequencies and notes. So it is important because different organs have different fundamental frequencies. So you want to be able to provide those.
okay.
Like the spleen and the stomach are earth elements. So the earth frequencies are really important to them. Maybe not so much the water frequencies, which would be more for like the kidneys. So it is important to have a wide variety of things that you can use to bring the body back into balance. Not to mention there are more fundamental frequencies and more complex. So when I'm kind of challenging a system to say, okay, we worked on fundamentals last time, if those held, how far can you dance with me?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So
so this
being
is something that really, really needs to be experienced. And it's
uh,
exciting to hear you talk about it, but it really needs to be experienced, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how can we experience it? How do we reach you to be able to experience this? And I need to tell my public here, we're in North Carolina. We're in central North Carolina.
Yep.
So this probably is not something you can do over online. This is something that you really want to experience and have that. I feel it like it's music going through your body.
It is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the music of the spheres, if you've ever
Mhm.
heard of that, but that's a term you can Google, but it's the music of the spheres. But yes. So I do recommend, it's not that remote sessions can't be done, but if you're in the local area, I definitely encourage you to come have an in-person session. I think that there is something about meeting with someone face to face that we benefit from, and having healing touch connection between our bodies that is very important, especially if you're struggling with anxiety or depression or chronic illness. You really want to connect with your practitioner face to face.
Yeah, I think definitely so. And I think I've always believed there's this just energy flow between when you're meeting someone face to face, when you're in the same room with them, you're definitely having an energy flow between you.
Right. Yeah, we call it like a heart resonance.
Hmm.
So establishing that is really important, which is why I do allow that extra time in the first session for us to talk, so that you do feel known by me, and so that I can feel your energy as well as hear what you want to share of yourself. But yeah, the best way to get in touch with me is probably through my website, because that'll give you the ability to contact me through email or phone. You can schedule right online. My Facebook and Instagram icons are also on there. So yeah, that would be
Okay,
the
so
best
that's
way.
wonderful. Can you just say your website and I will also post it?
Yeah, it is emergence-bio.com. So the name of my company is Emergence Bioenergetics. I chose that name because I want to help people emerge back into their whole selves again. But also it's kind of a quantum physics term. If you're watching birds fly around and you see how they all kind of change direction, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
and fish do it too, that's called emergence. So I kind of think
Okay.
about that as like, that's what we're doing with the forks.
That
Um,
is so fascinating that the birds and the fish can do that. That's
yeah,
amazing. It is
it's
fascinating.
all through energetics.
Hmm.
So obviously you see how quickly they can change direction on a
Absolutely.
dime. So it's nothing, biochemistry is too slow for that.
Oh, you have so much knowledge to share with us, and I'm really happy that we had this quick little interview. But I know I'm going to be coming and talking to you again some, and absolutely, I want to experience what you have to offer too.
Well, I hope you do. I would welcome you anytime.
Well, thank you again, Melissa. And again, this is Melissa Hall of emergence-bio.net.
.com.
Com. I'm sorry, .com.
Yep.
Again, I will type that in so it's be a live link. It'll be easy for you to get to it. And I'm Robin Thomas, and I'm live with Living Well Connections, where we connect people together who are fascinated about wellness and holistic health. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye bye.